James Harden did it again. Oh, he started off the game making me a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous. I was talking to LB on the Sports and Political Channel, LB. I said, "Ooh, wait a minute, man. James is coming out with a vengeance, making his threes and showing some aggression and throwing, dishing out some exquisite passes and shooting at a high percentage." I said, "Oh man, James might really be digging deep and being a superstar for once in an elimination game. James is going to prove me wrong," I thought briefly. And then he faded and faded and faded. And the realization came in that no, I'm right again. He is a choke artist of immense, immense proportions. In a game where the team needed him, James Harden scored 11 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 turnovers. And by the way, I know Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless aren't keeping track of this for some reason, but that's 50 turnovers for James Harden in just 12 games. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that out there because it's interesting when Russell Westbrook had a turnover, they was keeping a track of that shit, writing down notes and averaging out his turnovers per game and showing how many he was behind or ahead of somebody and how many he needed to all that shit, right? It was just fascinating with his turnovers. Like he's the only player in the NBA with turnovers, but James Harden it don't matter. All right, okay, Shannon Sharp, fuck you. But are we shocked? No. Isn't this what he does every year? Yes. It's getting kind of old now. Like I just told you, like I was actually getting excited. Like, damn, James actually gonna shut me the fuck up. Oh boy, here we go again. 2 shots in the second half. It's just a fucking shame. This guy's getting paid superstar fucking money. This is a guy that stands to make, if he signs a supermax contract, this is a guy that stands to make $61 million when he's 37 years old. Just robbing the NBA of fucking money. It's sad, man. Now I understand they didn't have Danny Green. He got hurt, but the outcome was inevitable. And it's sad that Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey showed more hustle about themselves, more tenacity. They showed that they wanted more. They showed, the grit to try to claw this team back from 20-point deficits. But they couldn't do it by themselves. Their leaders didn't give a fuck. One is still sulking because he didn't get an MVP award. The other one is blowing wind because, you know, he loves fucking gorging himself on honey buns and stripper titty milk. So at the end of the day, that shit is caught up with him, man. And the thing about it, James Harden don't give a fuck like that, man. James Harden don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, he doesn't give a fuck. He's gonna go out. He's gonna go out tonight and party and bullshit and party and bullshit and party and bullshit. And gonna live his life. And guess what? He's gonna get very minimum scrutiny when it comes to the mainstream media. He's gonna get very little scrutiny. And I've just come to accept it, man. That's why I go in on him so fucking hard, because he's a piece of shit when it comes to how can you take max money, superstar money, and give that little fucking effort? I feel guilty. I would feel like a you don't look. A Tim Duncan is far and few in between. Tim Duncan took a pay cut when he realized that his abilities, no matter what he had done for the Spurs organization, he took a pay cut so that the Spurs would be able to sign talent because he realized, number one, that being greedy can hurt the team as far as being able to sign more additional talent, additional talent. And secondly, Tim Duncan realized that he was getting older. He wasn't the same player. I need more help. I want to keep winning. That shows Tim Duncan was about winning. I mean, the motherfucker's already fucking wealthy. Look, if you're already worth 70, $80 million, I mean, at the end of the day, what's the difference between, I'm talking about the old money, the old salary, structured salary, but what's the difference between if you're making 50 million and 36 million? I mean, is it really a big difference? Really? I mean, how we gonna live on 36 million a year, man? I can't live on that. Well, bro, if you can't live on that, then man, fuck you, bro. But anyway, the guy just. I mean, what can I say? I'm just repeating myself every fucking year since 2017. I think when I started doing these videos about James Harden, I'm just repeating myself. It's getting old, man. The motherfucker need to retire now, man. He need to go ahead and retire and go and do what the fuck he want to do, man, after basketball, because you're just fucking wasting space now. He ain't gonna come back next year with a vengeance. He's just fucking old. His body is worn out before his time. He's just gonna be even worse next year. You know, at the end of the day, just go ahead and fucking retire, man.